Mini Jake, the tribe has spoken.
Fuck you, Kevin.
Aw, fuck you too, sweetie.
I'm JJ, one of the original Tribe of Nerds members. You can catch me on Marvel, Pokemon, and other gaming podcasts.
What up? It's Josh, resident superhero nerd, but I also dabble in the occasional super villain as well.
Some may know me as the Chaos Gremlin, but really I'm just Joe King.
Pikachu, use Volt Tackle! Good job, Pikachu!
On the Tribe of Nerds. What is going on, everybody? Excited to be here. Welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting time to talk about Survivor 50 and see what this cast actually is. Leaks seem to be true, possibly, based on the seasons that got revealed. So just waiting here, sipping my water, and seeing who might actually get revealed here. So yeah, I mean, who's everybody hoping for? I mean, is everybody hoping that the leaks are Ron, or I mean, are we holding out hope for a specific person? I mean, I know personally that I'd love for Sesternino and Malcolm. There's some other people I definitely would hope for. Tarzan. Yes, Tarzan from One World. Yes. Yeah. And his dirty underwear. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just hoping, but I really feel like these leaks are turning out to be true, which is unfortunate. I'm not exactly sure how all the information gets leaked, but you know, is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I'll say, I mean, I think like potentially having 3 people from 46, 3 from 47, or 1 from 47, 3 from 48. Like, I feel like that's a lot of people. Penner would be great. I completely agree. Penner would be awesome. Sean Rector would be awesome. Completely agree with both those picks being on the board. Unfortunately, I believe Marquesas did not get dropped. Sadly. So seems like Sean Rector is out unless they're holding some secrets. So geez. Yeah, I'm wondering, because they said 8:30. So waiting for the official announcements to get going. Yeah, hopefully there's a sneak in the cast. Let's hope that Survivor didn't leak. I mean, it's interesting, like, out of the leaks, I'm surprised that a couple people are able to post things because like NDAs and things, but I'm just going to use Coach as an example. Coach has literally been posting since yesterday, and you would think that that would be breaking his NDA, but yeah, if he is on, but Nayanka, yes. I'm good without Nayanka. No, thank you. If we're going for a Nicaragua rep, let's go Marty Piombo. Marty, the Grandmaster of Chess. We need him. but otherwise I'm good. So, all right. Yeah, I'm checking the socials for like the official announcement. Oh boy, yep, they just posted it. Okay. CBS did just post the official photo, so Bianca versus the leg will always be iconic. True, I guess. All right, so how we're gonna do this is I'll start talking about the players. Let's just go in the order of the cast, like in chronological order. So let us begin with Jenna Lewis from Survivor Borneo and Survivor All Stars. So it's awesome that we get some Borneo representation. I feel like I would have wanted Jervis, but Jervis did get to play like a more modern game in Blood versus Water. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm not too upset to see Jenna Lewis. I think it's really cool we get a Borneo rep. Like, I feel like Jenna's game, I'm wondering if she's gonna go like all against the winners this time again. Because what we have, we'll get to D. Let's see, do we have any other winners from my memory? It does not look like we have another winner. Oh, Kyle. Yeah, Kyle and D, like, really, like, is she gonna go like super against both of them, like, because of her anti-winner sentiment in All Stars? Possibly. I'm not super excited for that if that's the case, but again, super interesting to see someone play with idols now and advantages that hasn't played with that stuff yet. So I'm interested to see what Jenna does. And yeah, no, I'm just glad we have a Borneo rep in this season. So yeah, super exciting there. All right, so next up, we do have from season 2, the Australian Outback. Oh boy. Just a second. So we do have Colby here. I'll get the photo up in a sec. So, ooh, all right. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. All right. Colby Donaldson from Australian Outback, All Stars, and Heroes versus Villains. For me, Colby, I think, is a very interesting choice because his 2 return appearances so far have been very lackluster. All Stars, I think, he just was kind of a dick, to be honest, in All Stars. I mean, he's going up to Xi'an and basically telling her he doesn't respect her game, and I think he had a huge target on his back regardless. But yeah, I can't believe Colby even wanted to come back. And then Heroes versus Villains, like, his heart again isn't in it. He sucks at all the challenges. He doesn't even know what's going on, and he's the last hero standing. But like, it's just absolutely wild to me that Colby said yes to coming back. I feel like we're gonna get something similar to Heroes versus Villains, where he's asking Candace who these people are. Like, I feel like that's going to be Colby again, and we're going to get that scene, and it's going to be hilarious. Also, it's just strange to have Colby and no Jerry. Their stories have been intertwined for 3 seasons, and all of a sudden they're not together. It's just very odd. You're talking about James from 15, 16, and 20. James Clement. So yeah. So Colby, yeah, I'm thinking he's going to probably be a pre-merge boot this time, unless people just legitimately don't see Colby as a threat again, like Heroes versus Villains. And in that case, I guess good on you, Colby, but I just can't see Colby at 50 something years old being able to do well again, especially if he wasn't able to do it well in his 30s in season 20. So, yeah. So, all right. So that is Australian Outback. Our next representative is, of course, from Survivor Palau. Let me pull her up. All right. We have Stephanie Lagrosa from Palau, Guatemala, and Heroes versus Villains. I'm excited to see Stephanie back. Stephanie, I think, is a really great player. And like, yeah, Vanuatu, Africa through Vanuatu, nobody. It's really interesting. But I love, like, Stephanie has had a wild survivor journey. Palau, she's the last member left of her tribe. Guatemala, she comes back with Bobby John, and she's able to get to the final tribal council, and she loses to Danny Boatwright. Comes back for Heroes versus Villains, and her and Tom and Colby are literally outnumbered by, like, a giant, like, alliance. Like, the Micronesia people got together, and everybody's just listening to Suri and Amanda, mainly Suri, because it's Suri. So yeah, I'm interested. I think Stephanie's going to be, like, really fun to watch adapt. Like, she did play Heroes versus Villains. She did play Guatemala, where the idol was first introduced, but she hasn't really played around, like, idols because she hasn't lasted long enough, or she didn't get the idol. So I'm interested how she's going to react as well. But yeah, Stephanie's a fun player, and I am excited to see her back again. All right. And let's speak of Suri. So we, of course, have Suri Fields from Panama, from Micronesia, from Heroes versus Villains, from Game Changers. She's going to be on Australia versus the World as well. So it's wild to me that they took Suri. Like, she went over to Australia versus the World, coming right back to Survivor 50. I mean, I guess Australia versus the World is not going to count, but I mean, technically she's going to be a 6-time Survivor player, which is very crazy. Suri is a proven Survivor legend. She also won the Traders. She's been on Big Brother. Like, this woman knows how to play these games. And I mean, she should be, like, a target. I mean, she was early out in Heroes versus Villains by some wild magic that Tom Westman and JT and Colby pulled. So I feel like if she does go out, it's again going to be through some craziness. Because that's the only way Suri goes out, is to go out through some craziness. Yeah, she was on Big Brother with her son Jared, I believe. But yeah, I mean, if she gets in complete control, like, we're gonna see her game like we did in Traders, where she just steamrolls. But I love that if Suri can steamroll, because we've been wanting a Suri win forever. It'd be cool to see her finally get that win. But also, I'll say I think she's been on too much. Like, it's a bit crazy to have her on so much, especially so close together, between this and Australia versus the World. But you know what? It's Suri. So, you know, Suri always provides. So, excited for Suri. All right. All right, just a second. Gotta fix this again. For my images. All right. All right. Next up, this is, again, very surprising. As I mentioned, the fact that he literally should have broken his NDA by posting it everywhere. We have the Dragon Slayer. We have Coach from Token Teens, Heroes versus Villains, and South Pacific. And Coach is here. He kind of proved that he wasn't just this wild, crazy character in South Pacific. He proved he could actually play the game, and run a cult. So I don't know if we're gonna get like the character coach or we're going to get the player coach that we saw in South Pacific. I feel like it's probably going to be the former. We're probably going to get more of the character coach. And coach is fun to laugh at. So I'm sure we're going to get moments like heroes versus villains where Tyson has to give him like a pep talk and basically give him like a sense of like, nobody likes it when you tell your stories and don't wear the feathers in your hair, which is a hilarious little moment in heroes versus villains for coach. And so, you know what? Coach is going to be entertaining, I think. And I guess that's all you can ask for. Hope you get coach first out of the game. I mean, it could happen. It could happen if he tries to pull the cult stuff that he did in South Pacific. I think he's going to fall flat on his face. Like, I just don't see coach being able to pull that off with this cast. With coach, I feel like he's going to be a character. Like, I just feel like that's coach's personality. He's like Ryan Neo Wayne. He's going for that screen time. So shout out to Ryan. All right, so the Dragon Slayer is in the game. All right, so who is up next? All right, so the next up, I believe, is going to be Aubrey. All right. Let me get this. All right. From Koron, from Game Changers, and from Edge of Extinction, we've got Aubrey Bracco. Honestly, I feel like Aubrey's had diminishing returns every single time. She played a great game in Koron, could have won the season. A lot of people still argue that she should have won over Michelle. I think Michelle deserved it, absolutely. But Aubrey was definitely deserving as well. And then Game Changers, she comes back and kind of has this rocky road where every person she aligns with gets the kiss of death and waste of space on this season. Wow. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think I needed Aubrey a fourth time, to be honest. As I said, like, yeah, her Game Changers game was so rocky that she couldn't get her footing in the game. She still made it to Final 5. She had tie play and idol on her. So be it. And then Edge of Extinction, she completely misreads every single new player in the game, regardless if the returnees are a target. She completely misplays that. Goes home with an idol and an extra vote in her pocket in that season. And the Aubrey blindside in Edge of Extinction is pretty fantastic. I actually think that's a pretty top tier blindside. And I don't know, like, I just feel like we've seen enough of Aubrey at this point. I don't think we needed to see her again. I could be wrong and she could deliver something on her fourth attempt, but I don't know. Like, I like Aubrey, so I'm not sad, but I'm also like, did we need her again? I don't know if I'd go so far as to say waste of space on the season. I feel like that's a bit extreme. Jeez. All right. So that is Aubrey, and next up is from Triple H. We are going to have let me just make sure. All right. Yeah, I downloaded all these images and to make sure that I'm able to share them. So, all right. All right. From Triple H, Chrissy Hoffbeck is back, the runner-up of season 35. So for me, for Chrissy, she is someone that a lot of people argue should have won because Ben had the fire making challenge go his way. He had 3 idols. People have argued that at least one of those was very suspect. I think Chrissy did play a great game in Triple H. I think she absolutely deserves to play again. So I'm excited to see Chrissy. I think she's gonna be really fun strategically. Like I think Chrissy will probably try to do some things pretty innovative, and like I'm actually very excited to see Chrissy. She also holds the record for women, or she tied the record of women winning individual immunities with 4, I believe. Chrissy is going to be underestimated, I feel like, again, in terms of like the challenge department. Like she could absolutely win some challenges again, I think. And yeah, I mean, I could see her making the merge again at least, because I think she's smart enough to navigate everything. I think she could rope in some bigger characters to work with, maybe, or she could align with some of the other strategic players. So yeah, I'm excited for all these 30s players. It's cool to see them get another shot. So yeah, this is this is quite crazy. All right, so that is Chrissy on the board. All right, we're moving on to David versus Goliath, a really good season, often said to be one of the best seasons of all time, that I will very much agree with here. And here to steal everybody's jackets, we of course have to talk about Angelina. And Angelina as a character, do I have any faith in her as a player? Oh my God, Ryan, you're spamming Q skirt. Jeez. Yeah. Do I have any faith in Angelina as a player? No. Do I think she's going to be entertaining? Yes. And that's what I want from Angelina. I don't expect her to make it to the final tribal council again. Love you too, Ryan. So yeah, I think yes, she is the Can I Get Your Jacket girl with Natalie Cole. They call Natalie. Um, yes, so I hope she does do that again, but just like she was so unaware in her season of like, keep continuing to bring up that she got rice for her tribe, that she had to climb 100-foot ladder. Like Angelina's a character, but I just don't think she's gonna have the awareness around her to do well this time. I just don't think she's going to ever win the game. I could be completely wrong, and Angelina could have learned a thing or two in this time frame. But I just think I'll be shocked if Angelina gets far this time, far again. Like I just don't see it. I think it would have been hilarious to do like a Philip and Francesca situation of bring Natalie Cole back just to annoy Angelina. I think, yes, embarrassing for her, funny to us. I think it would have been a really hilarious situation just to have Natalie versus Angelina for at least one round. But sadly, that did not happen. So yeah, Angelina is on the board. All right. Next up. All right. Let's go with someone that I'm excited to see again. I actually think I would have preferred if I had to pick between the two. I would pick both, but I really like Davy as well. Maybe Q will give her his hoodie. Oh my God, yes. That's the only thing to be excited for with Q. We'll get there. All right. Of course, we have Christian Hubicki. As a nerd myself, clearly, I'm excited to see my fellow nerd back out there. Would have loved to see Davey. I met Davey before at Over the Edge Celebrity Weekend Survivor event, and really loved meeting Davey. But Christian is awesome, so I have no complaints about Christian. I think he was a lock to eventually return from David versus Goliath. Yeah, long-awaited return, absolutely. And Christian is such a fun player. I love the way that he sees the game, the way he thinks about the game. I think it was funny, like everyone on his cast just clocked him immediately as a threat. And so he just couldn't get out of it. And like eventually just got, caught finally the final 7. So I'd love to see Christian go far. I think he could very well go far again. But I feel like Christian's always going to have trouble with his threat level. I just feel like people are going to continually see him as the strategic threat. I'd love to see him be able to navigate through that. It's just going to be tough for him, I think. And but I really hope he makes Merge at least to represent all of us nerds here on the Tribe of Nerds. So excited to see Christian back. All right. So this one I am genuinely shocked said yes because of their career and everything. It's just quite shocking that he decided to take time off of White Lotus. I'm of course talking about Mike White from David versus Goliath, aka Ned Schneebly from School of Rock. So wow, I really thought that this was like a fake leak and they just threw Mike White in there just because. But Mike could have won the season. I think he arguably should have won. I mean, Nick did great with like the advantages and Mike White Lotus. Yeah. But like, I just think Mike gave up his game at the end to Nick. So like a David could win for the storyline. And because Nick wasn't as wealthy as Mike is. So I think that's why he did love his Survivor time. Yeah. Yeah. So like, and Jeff loves Mike White. He's like talked to Mike White about like advice for other seasons. So like, I guess it's just like shocking to me that he said yes to come back. But I'm interested to see Mike White. I think he's gonna be fun to watch. I actually have never seen it either. I might have to. But yeah, I think Mike White is really fun. I think he gave some really great confessionals. I think strategically he's gonna be fun to watch. I think he had a really good read on the game. So, but will these people vote him out because of the money issue? Like, are people going to be annoyed that he already has a lot of money? But you also have a couple of millionaires on this island already. So maybe he can hide between Dee and Kyle or behind them. And so, like, I don't know. I think there's options for Mike White, but it's definitely like I could see him going pre-merge because of money. And as much as like we can say like hopefully that isn't an issue, it's probably gonna come up. So but congrats, Ned Schneebly, you have made it back on Survivor. All right. So next up, another long-awaited return. Maybe the winner of 49. Yeah, perhaps. All right. He's time for the long-awaited return. He's one that nobody is shocked to see back again on our screens. We, of course, have Rick Devens from Edge of Extinction, the Kool-Aid Man himself. Rick Devens is a no-brainer. I'm glad to see him here. He was a really fun player on Edge of Extinction. He really helped make that season as fun and chaotic as it ended up being. So not at all surprised to see him here. Jeff loves him. I would have been shocked if he was not on this cast. And for me, like, I think Devens is going to find some crazy way to survive. Like, I could definitely see him being a target instantly because people know that he's this big player, this big character, that Jeff loves him. So I could absolutely see him. Yeah, he was good on Fire. Absolutely. I think he was the first Jeff Probst On Fire podcast co-host, I believe. Yeah. I don't I don't agree with some side of the Survivor community that thinks Rick Devens is horrible. I think he's awesome. So I'm a Rick Devens fan. So I'm happy to see him back. So it's been a long-awaited return. He hasn't had the opportunity till now. But very, very excited to see him. All right. We're on to the new era, which has a lot of representation. We could argue that they should have had other people represent the new era because, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Some of the people they picked to be on this cast. All right, so let's get to another person that I met at Over the Edge Celebrity Weekend. The Mountain Man himself. I'm of course talking about Jonathan Young from Survivor 42, someone that is going to undoubtedly be very good in the challenges. He's kind of 24 players. It's Australian Survivor. I'll get to that. I'll talk my thoughts on that after I talk about the cast. Jonathan Thor, yes, Jonathan Thor. I mean, listen, I think it's going to be crazy if he does go really early, especially in the new era. 26 days of all these challenges. I feel like they're going to want to keep him around pre-merge. He is like the James of the new era, of this big, strong guy who is really good in the tribal challenges. I mean, he's won a couple individual immunities. I think Jonathan is probably going to make merge, just because I'd be shocked if in the new era they are willing to get rid of the muscle super quickly. We've obviously seen Muscle go home really early though, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. But I'm excited to see Jonathan again. I met him at Over the Edge. Super cool. Again, he is a giant mountain of a man, especially compared to me. So yeah, we get. Oh, I forgot to talk about Ozzy. Oopsie. I'll get to that in a second. We'll talk about Ozzy. That's perfect. Thank you, Ryan. So yeah, Jonathan is gonna be fun to watch. So I'm excited. All right. So let's go to Ozzy. Because in all the commotion, I looked past him in the chronological. But yes, Ozzy is back. The challenge beast himself. I also got to meet Ozzy Over the Edge, so which is a really cool feeling to meet this like legend of Survivor. So I think Ozzy is probably making merch. He's never been voted out. Well, South Pacific he did technically, but he wanted to get voted out to go to Redemption Island. But he's never been eliminated completely pre-merge. So that's something to hang his hat on. So I think Ozzy's probably making merge. I think in this cast, Ozzy can probably fit in a little more than like in Game Changers, because he has Jonathan, he has other big guys to kind of hide behind, whereas Game Changers, a lot of them got voted out right away. So my thing with Ozzy is I think his story should have ended in South Pacific. I'll stand by that. I think Game Changers, he didn't get to do much. I could see that being the case here, possibly. We'll have to see. I'm a little shocked because I also think CBS had to push for Ozzy to be in Game Changers. Clearly they must have pushed for him to be on this season, and Jeff might not have wanted him. I like Ozzy. I just think I would have been okay not seeing him again, just because we've seen so much of him, and I feel like his story had a solid conclusion. But Ozzy's a legend, so in terms of the challenges and everything. So, not surprised. All right. Back to the new era. Sorry about that. So yeah, 100% definitely expected Jonathan back. All right. Back up to the new era. All right. So let's go to the winner of Survivor 45. Another person I've met at Over the Edge. I apparently met quite a few of this cast. Yes, the Aussie Adult Forums. Thank you for pointing that out. That is 100% true. If anybody needs to know that, we'll leave it at that. All right, Dee Valadares. I loved meeting Dee. I think she is one of the best New Era winners. I have her second to Kyle at this point. I think she dominated her season. I'll argue that on Survivor 1 through 50, which you guys should totally go check out, by the way, because we're 7 seasons deep into that. Figure I'd plug that. So I think Dee is going to be in trouble early on if the winners are being targeted. Yes, also great on fire. I really am excited to see her. She like I wonder if we're gonna see her in the same way we saw like Kim Spradlin in Winners at War, where they're gonna go from super dominant to all of a sudden they're on the outs immediately with their tribe, and she's gonna have to navigate that. I feel like that's something interesting that can happen with Dee's story arc in Survivor, if it goes that way. Because I don't know if she can keep that same level of control with this cast. I think it's going to be very, very tough to see her maintain so much control. But I'd be okay with seeing Dee make it far. With winners, I just don't know. I think when you have very few winners on a cast with a bunch of non-winners, it's very difficult for them to make it far. Exception is Haley in Australian Survivor Heroes versus Villains made it super far, but otherwise, like All-Stars, Australian Survivor All-Stars, both US and Australia had the winners go immediately. Yeah, I'm nervous for Dee, but I'm hoping she can make it through. First boot, geez, Cameron. Yeah, we're gonna have to have that conversation about Dee eventually, Cameron. All right. So that is Dee. All right, and also from 45. Let me make sure that it's in the right format. It is not. All right. All right. Yeah. The family visits would be really cool to bring back. I completely agree. All right. Also from 45, let us bring in financial analyst Emily Flippen. Not surprised, although she did say at one point that she did not want to play Survivor again, right when 45 ended. So, but I feel like everybody kind of knew that they would get her back eventually. So, and you know, it's right after the season. There's a difference between that and a couple years down the road. So, Emily was a big character in 45. She obviously had a very disastrous start to the season and managed to be a real contender to go far. She organized a couple of blindsides, like the Bruce blindside with the idol in his pocket. And then she should have known to split her vote at the final 7 to avoid getting idled out. But she did not. And unfortunately, that caused her to go home. I like Emily a lot, though. I loved her character arc. She had some emotions on the show. So also Eva is the first openly autistic player, I believe. I'm not going to make assumptions about anybody else. So you know, I'm excited to see. Yeah, I liked Emily, so I'm interested to see what she does. I mean, we could see a pre-merge exit for her, or she could surprise everybody again and make it far, and I'd be okay with that. All right, time for me to rant about Survivor 46 and the fact that they brought 3 people back from a season that I don't think is very good. I'm not a 46 fan. If you've watched the Tribe of Nerds, you know Kevin and I famously hate this season. I do think one person I'm glad is here because I really think they're actually a good player. One is and then one I think is terrible and somehow has fans, which I don't think I'll understand. But let's get to the one I like. Let's talk about Charlie Davis from Survivor 46. I'm excited to see Charlie again. I think he was a really good player. The argument is there again, like Aubrey and Koran, Charlie could have won Survivor 46. No shade towards Kenzie. I think she deserved it. But it's crazy to me for Charlie that Maria, and I'm not going to rag on Maria, but she was bitter, and you can have whatever rationale you want, but it just like sucks that Charlie lost because Maria didn't want to vote for him because he outplayed her. So, I think Charlie's going to be fun. I think strategically he's going to be fun. I think socially he's going to fit in. I will be shocked if Charlie goes pre-merge. I think he's going to make the merge. And again, I kind of see Charlie as like another nerdy type player. So I'm excited to see him back. I would love to see him get the W because I think that I personally would have voted for him at the end of 46 if I was on the jury. But yes, bitter jury does happen, but it's unfortunate in this case. All right. All right. Should I rant about the person I do not like first, or the person I'm kind of on? I guess I'll save that. The person I'm going to rant about for last in the 46 crew. So I'll go with Tiffany from 46. Tiffany had a lot of potential to be a better player, I think. But she went out with an idol in her pocket in the craziness of everybody going out with idols in their pockets, which, Tiffany, you probably should have seen it coming. I mean, she knew her name was coming up, didn't play the idol. If I know my name's coming up, I'm probably playing it out of self-preservation and wanting to make sure I don't end up in that club. Oh no, not best for last, Ryan. No. No, Tiffany is just, I think she has potential there. I would have been okay without her, to be honest. I don't think that like she needed to be on this cast, honestly. I don't dislike Tiffany, but I don't like her as much as other people pocket full of idols. Yes. So I don't know. And I was kind of annoyed with her, like putting a time limit on the 46 finalists. Like, let them speak about their games as much as they need to for you to make a decision, instead of limiting them. I get people ramble, but like, I don't know. That annoyed me a little bit. All right. Not the best for last. Let's talk about the worst player on this cast. I think he legitimately he tried to quit the game, and everybody loves him apparently, because apparently everybody wants a Q skirt. All right, let's talk about Q. And big mistake having this guy on the cast. I think he's a terrible Survivor player, and just honestly, Kevin and I ranted about Q enough and how terrible of a player he is and how annoying he is. And no, Ryan, no. I just don't like Q. I think it's annoying that everybody praises this guy's game. So, and again, he went out with an idol in his pocket again. Like, what? Oh my god! At the final 6, he's bad. He's a bad player. Like, come on. Listen, the only thing that's going to be interesting is how much him and Coach are going to either go against each other, and like, are they going to feud? Like, I could see Coach and Q feuding, although Coach and Ozzy are probably going to be feuding more because their South Pacific rivalry is going to be interesting. But Q, I could see Q and Coach going at it to see who has the bigger ego and have a measuring contest between the two of them. I'm fine without Q. Kevin can back me up in the comments if Kevin's there. Yeah, Q sucks. So all right. From Survivor 47. All right. Let's go to, oh my god. All right. Let me just make sure that is good to go. Jeez. There we go. Yes. Queen Genevieve, the Kim Spradlin of the new era. So let's bring her up. All right. Genevieve, she's the Kim Spradlin of the new era. She was a great player. I mean, she was kind of silent the first few episodes and came out, took out Keyshawn in this massive blindside in the pre-merge. and then managed to like call the shots for a while in 47 in the post merge. And then she made it far. She was part of Operation Italy, which is one of the best moves of the new era. It sucks that it didn't end up making a difference for the winner ultimately, because it's a great move. Yeah, I think that no shade towards Rachel though, but I think Genevieve is a great player. I'm excited to see her back. I think she was a lock if you were gonna go for like a new era player. So I think it's an absolute like no-brainer that she is on this cast, and so I think she's gonna be interesting. Canadian rep, yeah, true, Cameron. All right, so that is Genevieve. Yeah. All right, let's go to 48, which is surprising that they got 3 people, and especially coming right off, it just happening and them just wrapping up the season. It's pretty crazy. So let's go with the fallen angel of the season, Kevin's alternate pick in the draft. Let's go with Camilla. And Camilla, part of the duo with Kyle. And Camilla was a great player. She clearly had respect from the jury, and she really was a part of making some really great decisions in the game strategically. And I found her fun. I didn't know what to expect from her preseason, and she proved it. And I'm interested to see what she does. I think I would have preferred her without Kyle, to be honest. I think Kyle is one I would have cut, and then we'll talk about Joe in a minute, but I think I would have preferred to see them separated. But yeah, Camilla does rock. I think she's awesome. So I'm interested to see what she can do. I think her and Kyle are going to have targets on their backs, though. So I could see at least one of them going pre-merge. So it could be Kyle for winning. So Camilla could then slip through after Kyle goes, I think. So, all right. Let's go to Mr. Fireman, someone that was a no-brainer to return, I think. Let's go with Joe Hunter from Survivor 48. I think the exciting thing about Joe for me is him without Eva. I think I liked Eva and Joe together, but to see Joe without Eva is going to be really interesting, how he plays the game without her. And I think Joe, again, another really physically fit guy. I think he's probably going to make the merge unless they're taking out the physical threats early. But if you have Jonathan on one side, I feel like you're going to want people like Joe or Ozzy in the game to match up with Jonathan. I like Joe a lot. I think his final tribal was bad because I think he pulled a Lee Carseldine from Australian Survivor and just did not give a great final tribal when he very well could have won. Eva's on 50. I believe she is not on 50. I would doubt she's on 49, but listen, I'm okay. I think we have 348 people. I don't think we need 4 of them. But yes, I'm as Cameron said, I'm excited to see him play rather than help protect someone the entire game. Not that Eva was needed complete protection, but I think it's cool to see him separate his game completely from her in this scenario. All right, and so final player, we don't know the 49 people, so I don't really want to speak on them until we know who they are on the season. So let's talk about the winner of Survivor 48, Kyle Fraser, Kevin's winner pick. And Kyle, for me, is a really good player. I think he's the best winner of the new era. He had a lot of control in this game with Camilla. I think like the one time he was in danger, him and Camilla had the idol and they took out Thomas. And I think that that was such a great move in the pre-merge. And from there, Kyle, just had complete control in the game. yeah, Kyle is a great player, and I'm excited to see him again. But also, like, it's crazy to me how they picked 3 of them, and Kyle is willing to go back so quickly. But I do like him, so that's why I'm excited to see him again. Yeah, this is crazy to me. This is crazy. So that is the 50 cast plus the 49 people, 24 people. It's insane. They're going Australian Survivor, but they're doing 26 days still. I feel like that's just a wild decision. And so, yeah, I'm just shocked that this is the decision that they're going with. I did not expect that. That's why I also thought it was fake, because the leaks were fake, because Jeff deciding to go 24 people, it's just a wild, yeah, it could be a lot of double boots, or yeah, they're literally just going to be doing something every single day. So that's probably what's going to happen. No, I mean, I think I'm gonna wait till after 49 to see who I might pick as like a winner, or something of that nature, just because we don't know the 49 people are gonna factor in. We know who they are. So it is apparently Rizzo, the Riz God, Ryan's favorite term to say, probably. And Savannah. So yeah, I mean, listen, it's a change of pace. So I'll say this: I like it in terms of, like, okay, if we're gonna stick with the 3 tribe format, at least we're gonna get 3 tribes at 8, so it's a little bit better than 3 tiny tribes of 6 every single time. 2 tribes of 12, like Australian Survivor, would be good. I believe they have not said anything against 26 days. Like, I believe it is sticking to 26 days. Haven't said Riz since last year. Okay, Ryan. Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be interesting. I think I'm excited for that reason, to have it be a little bit different than how the new era has gone. I'm tired of the 3 tribes of 6, 18 people, same thing, no theme. So at least this will be a little different. So yeah, that's the 48 cast reveal. I did want to say, so if you like all this content and everything, I would ask you guys, please subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff, because we want to grow this channel together. And so, yeah, it would just mean the world to me to get this to grow. We're almost to 200 subs. I believe we're at 197 as far as I know. So get it up there, keep it going, and go check out Survivor 1 through 50. It's pretty fun, talking about every season in the lead up to 50. So we're about to do All Stars this weekend. So go check that out. We got Lost going on, spoiler free, because I'm watching it for the first time. So go check out our Lost content. We got Marvel content. So we're gonna do Fantastic Four this summer. We'll do a couple of other movies, the new Jurassic World, and the new Superman, James Gunn's Superman. So we'll review those as well. So that's kind of there. And then our Pokemon Soul Link, go check that out. Austin, Ryan, Joe, and I are going to be playing Pokemon Generation 2, the Johto region, going to Battle Red by the end of it. And hopefully, as long as we all survive, and see which duo comes out on top. So that's the content that's on the channel. So yeah, please subscribe, share, like, comment, all that good stuff. And we'll see you all next time on the Tribe of Nerds.